Welcome to Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel. Chris Lee, Jay Greason, Chase Robinson here to preview Vanderbilt's road trip to Texas. That 11 Central on ABC. Texas a 2.5-point favorite with the 45.5-point over-under in this one. I think it's a fascinating matchup here, particularly for the quarterback angle, which we'll get into in just a minute. But before we do, a reminder, we're brought to you by our friends at Game Time Sidekicks, which makes this lovely tumbler that you see right in front of your screen here. I drink for mine pretty much every day, and I hope you'll do the same. Game Time Sidekicks makes officially licensed stainless steel drinkware. All SEC schools, 350 other universities, stainless steel sippy cups, tumblers, 40-ounce bottles, and shaker cups. SE16 gets you 20% off your entire order at GameTimeSidekicks.com. All right, quarterbacks, I think, are where we start in this one. Vanderbilt's Diego Pavia has been the talk of college football this year. Numbers have suffered a little bit this month as the schedule has gotten tougher, but Pavia has continued to make winning plays as he did last week against Missouri. And then, guys, we have Arch Manning. I'll start with you, Jay. We don't know if Arch Manning is going to play as of Monday afternoon. He didn't practice apparently on Monday. He's in concussion protocol. And if Arch Manning does play, how good is he? Because the first half of the season, it was all, what's wrong with Arch Manning? He finally goes and has a pretty good game statistically. And now we don't know if he'll be available for this one.
The line tells me that Vegas thinks he's going to play.
Okay.
I mean, if it's only 2.5, because if you're going to Matthew Caldwell and you're Texas, even at home, and I know Caldwell threw the touchdown pass. And look, if you're getting a scholarship in Texas, you're probably pretty damn good at football to begin with. I mean, the guys are sent over there who don't get their uniforms dirty, at some point in time, were the best player on whatever field they played, high school or JUCO or whatever. I mean, Texas is not getting a bunch of random Jay Greasons. Look, this will be – you and I did our ranking show earlier today on Monday, and I have a little blowback on Diego Pavia being in the Heisman conversation just because is he the most charismatic guy? Is he the face of an unbelievable story at Vandy? Both of those can be true, and statistically, he has been very middle of the road in this league. Now, you can't determine value from stats. He's unbelievably valuable to what Clark Lee and Vanderbilt have done. They're number 9 in the country. This is their highest ranking since, wait for it, 1937, when they were number 7 in the country before losing to Georgia Tech. But if Blake Shapen's going to throw for 380 against this Texas defense, they're going to need Diego Pavia to go into Austin and light some people up.
Yeah, and look, with Pavia, the story is never just the stats. But look, Jay, you're not wrong. Like, the stats against Alabama and Missouri were not great. I think a lot of that has to do with the defenses, particularly last week, and maybe some lack of help with his guys catching the ball. But still, he's going to have to probably put up better numbers than he did last week, Chase, because he is the guy that makes his team go maybe more than anybody in the country.
Yeah, he does. And you're right. They're going to have have a solid game plan against Texas because Texas has shown us that they can be out of a game and get themselves back in a game very quickly. And I don't know if I would say they thrive in close games, but they almost thrive in close game situations of finding ways to grind them out, to finish them. If you're in a close game with Texas, they very well could find a way to win that game. And so I think for Vanderbilt, if Diego Pavia and company come out and can just put the pedal on the metal and keep it there the whole game, they're going to have to, because Texas they're good enough to keep themselves in games, to come back, to win close games. They find ways to do that, and that's what good teams do. So Vanderbilt's going to have to come out. They can't leave any points on the field. Vanderbilt is going to have to score to keep themselves in this game.
Yeah, I guess the question is, what kind of game is it going to be? And I'm just so confused when I watch Texas because that offense was atrocious in Lexington. Texas still won the ball game in overtime, despite getting outgained 395 to 179. Last week, it gets outgained 445 to 428 in Starkville, and that 445 that just was kind of astonishing. Texas also gave up 457 to Florida a couple of weeks ago. Now, the last 2 weeks, Texas's defense has been on the field for 86 plays each of those last two games. Vanderbilt couldn't keep its offense on the field against Missouri last week. That's how that game wound up being as close as it was. On a per play thing, Vanderbilt was better than Missouri, but Missouri kept the ball the whole time. So, yeah, I just kind of get a little confused when I look at this matchup because Texas just can't seem to keep its offense on the field. Early in the year, that wasn't as big of a deal because the defense was so good. So I'm just like, if you could tell me, I guess even if you could tell me which team outsnaps the other one, I'd still be a little confused because Texas's offense has been a tale of two teams the last 2 weeks. And the defense, like I didn't think I'd see Texas giving up 395 plus 3 of its last 4 games.
Well, I think a big part of this, when we talked about Tennessee, Oklahoma here on the channel, we went to the not so uncommon deciding factor of turnovers. Yes, Texas has allowed some big plays which have generated big yardage total, but they were really good on get off the field downs against Mississippi State. 6 of 19 on third down, one for 4 on fourth down for Mississippi State. So when you got to move the sticks, that's what, 7 of 23? That's my Auburn math kicking in right there, Chase. So that's clearly less than a third of the time. Vandy was only 3 of 10 on third down against Mizzou. So who can extend a drive here? Because everybody wants to generate big plays, but in a game with a very low total like this one has, flipping a field, you don't have to score a touchdown for it to be a successful drive. If you take it from your 20 to midfield and flip the entire scenario, it's a big deal. And a lot of that starts with Texas's ability to get to the quarterback. They sacked Shapen 7 times last week. Pavio's going to get hit. And is he able to get hit and extend a play? Is he able to turn an 8-yard loss to Anthony Hill into a 3-yard run? I mean, there are hidden yards in these type of scenarios in what is expected to be a close and low-scoring football game that are quite telling.
Yeah, the sack total there, Vanderbilt's only given up 7 all year. Did give up more than 1 last week for the first time. Texas has generated 26 sacks. Texas, I think, per play forces more turnovers than any team in the conference. Snaps or turnovers, 2.6% of snaps, which is really, really good. Vanderbilt doesn't typically turn it over a lot. The first downs, I'm glad you mentioned that, Jay. Here's a stat. Texas is averaging 18 first downs a game, giving up 17. Vanderbilt is averaging, almost 23 and giving up 18. Texas, nobody plays a lower first down game than Texas does. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Does this scream like 17-13 type game to you guys?
It does in Vegas's eyes.
Yeah. We can offer opinions on that in just a minute. Let's flip sides. Again, the Texas offense has shown a little bit of life. Maybe that's playing Mississippi State. I don't know. Vanderbilt's defense, it's not overwhelming statistically. They give up 323 a game and 18.8 points. I guess pretty good. But the thing they do, I think they're top 10 in the country in third down defense. Now, Missouri was 4 or 5 on fourth downs against Vanderbilt last week, which negated some of that. But again, we go back to the same place. I think we've been a couple times. Who maintains possession of the ball here? And part of that's going to have to be Texas doing its part, whether that's Arch Manning or Caldwell, guys.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's in, they're going to have to be able to grind it out and grind it down the field and control the clock. And I think they're capable of doing that. Obviously, Texas wants Arch Manning to be out there, their starting quarterback. But we saw Caldwell come in at a big moment and make a big play to really win that game on Saturday. So I think they're comfortable with him. They're comfortable with him doing that. So, but obviously they're going to want Arch and I think if Arch Manning has anything to do with it, he's going to be on the field Saturday.
I'll be shocked if he's not, to be quite honest. And look, man, nobody wants to dance around anything involved with head injuries in the modern era and conversation in football in general. I honestly think, Chris, you referenced the biggest key to me is Vanderbilt's offensive line is starting to get the love it deserves. Game day was there. You're talking about a bunch of older dudes who came from all across the country. Clark Lee said it in his post game about, and some of it's hyperbole above. Everybody on that team and in that program has scuff marks, and nobody wanted us anywhere else. I mean, come on, Clark. I mean, you're playing in the SEC. There are a lot of people who wanted you other places. But if Texas has to bring pressure, has to bring 5, 6, and times 7 guys to affect Pavia, that's a huge win for Vanderbilt because he's going to make at least one dude miss on multiple plays. And then the next thing you know, against man coverage, he's running for 15 or 20 yards. I think the biggest stat in this game will be Pavia's got to get to 40-plus rushing yards for Vandy to go there and win.
Yeah, and covering the edges will be a thing. That's what Missouri did really well. Here's an interesting thing. I mean, when you're speaking of front sevens, Missouri's is up there with just about anybody. But Texas, you got maybe 2 guys that will go in the top 5 in their draft years, in Simmons and Hill potentially in the middle of that defense too. So, if you're Vanderbilt, I think the concern is, hey, look, some of these elite defensive lines have been slowing us down a little bit. I mean, it happened. Alabama second half kind of slowed them down. But, Vanderbilt still found a way to win one of those games too because of the defense. Now, here's the thing we haven't talked about. Special teams. Vanderbilt's 4th in the country in special teams at SP+. Very, very balanced in everything. They don't kick field goals a lot, but they got a kicker in Brock Taylor who hasn't missed one, I think, in over a calendar year now and can hit from 60+, I think, if needed. But, hey, Ryan Niblett has been the guy the last couple of weeks that made huge plays for Texas. Guys, he's returned 2 punts for touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, that could be a key as well to get something going on that end as well to help.
All right, let's get the picks. Jay, I'll start with you, and then we'll give our opinions on the over-under in just a minute.
Well, because I think I am – Texas is what on the year? 6-2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm 0-8 in picking Texas games. So –
I'm pretty sure you nailed Sam Houston, Jay. I'll give you that one at least.
Well, I don't know if they covered.
Oh, you mean cover. Gotcha. Okay.
So I thought all week that I was going to pick Texas. So I'm going to pick Vandy. just because honestly, we've broken down all of the angles that we think will be meaningful game. I think Diego Pavia finds 3 plays that make the difference.
Arch Manning had a career day against Mississippi State. Obviously, he got hurt. I think he will be back. I think he kind of continues that. I think with Texas being at home, that will help. I think Texas wins the game.
Yeah, this game before the season, looking at analytical models, Texas was about a 25-point favorite per memory, which is crazy that we are here at a point where it's a field goal game or less as we do these picks on Monday. I guess it's technically 2.5. So, yeah, I mean, could get over a field goal, but the point is it's a contested game in the eyes of Vegas. I think most people. This game was a 1-score game in Nashville a year ago. Again, I'm just confused as anything about Texas. Like if this team got it together, Arch Manning got better, they made a run to the playoff, won a game or two, would it shock me? No. Is that what we've seen most of the year? No. And the team that I think I trust to make an offensive play more out of their quarterback, that's Vanderbilt. I'm conflicted, but I'm going to ride with Vandy in this one. I just think they have overachieved against expectations all year. I trust them a little bit more. They're playing with a lot of swagger. Give me Vandy. I do think this is going to be a close game. I want to get y'all's opinion on the over-under in a minute, because I think, to me, that's going to be fascinating, because I could, based on the last couple of weeks with both these teams, you could go all over the place on this one. Before we give you opinions there, just a quick reminder, we're brought to you by Yearly Company. Get your Christmas shopping done now at Yearly Company. It's a Nashville-based fine jewelry brand built on tradition, designed for meaning. Each piece handcrafted from solid 14-karat gold, natural gemstones made to measure for a perfect fit, backed by a lifetime guarantee. Every Yearly Company bangle is custom size, so knowing your size is the most important first step before you order. That's where the sizing kit comes in. Perfect place to start, especially for husbands who want to have sizes now, so shopping closer to the holidays is effortless. Code SE16KIT, KIT, gets you 100% off your sizing kit at checkout from Yearly Company. All right, we are also brought to you by Rockform, which makes the world's strongest magnetic phone case. I use these. I swear by them. Get the vent clip, too, for your car, and thank me later on that one. Extreme protection, super strong magnets, Rock Lock secure mounting, SEC 25. Get you 25% off your entire order at rockform.com. Also brought to you by Hovey. My Titans stink. Steve Sarkisian, if it's true, you're thinking about taking this job, beware. I would love to have you here as a Titans fan, but boy, is that dysfunctional as an organization. You know what's not dysfunctional, though? My Titans hat. I love this thing. And they'll be your new favorite hat, too. Look no further than Hovey hats for high-quality headwear with a great fit and unique designs. Bad Beat, B-A-D-B-A-T, get you 15% off your entire order at HoveyDryGoods.com. All right, Jay Greason, I'll go with you, then Chase, then me. Over under 46.5. Where are we leaning here?
I would lean, look, more times than not, when Vegas sets a number like this and it seems impossibly low or incredibly high, they're begging you to go the other direction. So I think the number you gave earlier, 17-13, look, this is a low enough number that one or two big plays can destroy this. But both of these teams are great defensively on third down. I think you could almost make a wager that the team that wins will have whichever punter has a better day. Think about that. That screams under. I don't care, 46.5 or 26.5.
Yeah, I would lean towards the under in this one as well. Just based off these defenses, the way these teams are built. I'd go under in this one.
Yeah, I might even add to that, like who's got the more accurate field goal kicker, or who can hit one from 50 or 60 when you drive stall out. I mean, kicking game may be the thing we're talking about when it's done. I think we're all on the same page here pretty much. I think the under. Yeah.
What time's this game kick?
11.
Okay. That helps. That always helps the road team.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is going to be like every point is going to matter here. So we'll see. We'll recap it when it's over either way. Subscribe to the channel, enable your notifications so you get those. Have a great week. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you. For Jay Greason and Chase Robinson, I'm Chris Lee. You've been watching Southeastern 16, presented by FanDuel.